And our team coverage continues tonight with SHAQUIRA Speaks live in Charlotte. And SHAQUIRA, you were able to speak with someone with intimate knowledge on this complicated topic of Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah, that's right, Brian. The Russian-Ukraine conflict can be a little tricky to understand. Who does it involve? Why are they fighting? And how does it affect the United States? Well, we spoke to a former University of South Carolina political science professor to get a better understanding.
Conflict goes back a long time, and there are many dimensions to it.
Gordon Smith, a former distinguished professor at the University of South Carolina, says several independent republics with the Soviet Union became independent countries when the USSR broke up in 1991. Ukraine and Russia were just two of those republics. He says a lot of ethnic regions of Russia are defined in terms of ethnicity. During Soviet times, the government in Moscow was powerful enough to keep ethnic rivalries down.
After the Soviet Union broke up, then we began to see some of the ethnic tensions break out, and some of those do focus on Ukraine.
He says since the breakup of the Soviet Union, Ukraine has tried to lean toward Europe, NATO, and the U.S. But for the last 20 to 25 years, Russia has worked to prevent that out of fear of its own national security.
U.S. missiles that are under NATO authority could be positioned in Ukraine that would be capable to strike anywhere on Russian territory. They saw that as much of a threat as what, back during the Kennedy administration, we felt threatened if the Russians were going to put missiles in Cuba that could fire on the United States and hit from New York City down to Miami.
And now, under Vladimir Putin, it's only gotten worse.
He exaggerates the likelihood of any of that ever happening. Well, first of all, NATO is not going to let Georgia or Ukraine into NATO anytime soon. And we've been saying that loud and clear, but Putin doesn't believe it, or he doesn't want to believe it. He wants to use it as an excuse for doing what he wants to do.
So Smith says Putin overblows that threat heavily. He also says that Putin has a vision of uniting Russia into a single Russian Slavic-dominated state. And since the attack started, he says that Putin has been dismissive, saying there's no such thing as Ukraine or the Ukrainian people. They're just Russians who decided to call themselves something different. We're live in Charlotte tonight. SHAQUIRA Speaks, Queen City News.